Hello everybody, welcome to Shake Hand with Life YouTube channel. Here on this channel, you can watch a variety of videos and build up your engineering and management skills. And if you are new on this channel, then please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon. So whenever there is a new video uploaded on this channel, you may get the notifications about the new video upload. I am Narendra Sharma, and in this video of ISO 9001-2015 Quality Management System requirements, I am going to discuss about the clause 7.1.3, which talks about the infrastructure resources. This clause is the subclause of clause number 7, which talks about the support for effective implementation of the quality management system. So let's start. The clause number 7 is about the support for effective implementation of the quality management system, and this has 5 subclauses. 7.1 is about the resources, 7.2 is about the competence, 7.3 is about the awareness, 7.4 is for communication, 7.5 is about documented information. The 7.1 subclause is describing about the resources required for effective implementation of the quality management system, and this further has 5 subclauses. 7.1.1 general requirements, which I have already published my video on this clause, and 7.1.2, which is about the people. This also I have published on my channel Shake Hand with Life YouTube channel, and today I am going to discuss about the clause number 7.1.3, which is about the infrastructure resources. So I am going to discuss about this clause 7.1.3. Now, starting on the 7.1.3, the clause 7.1.3 is about the infrastructure resources, and what this clause talks about: the organization shall determine, provide and maintain the infrastructure necessary for the operation of its processes and to achieve conformity of products and services. This clause says the organization shall determine what kind of resources the organization required, then provide the resources for smooth operation of different processes of manufacturing or service delivery, and then maintain these resources, these infrastructure resources, so that the smooth operation of different processes can be sustained. And the infrastructure in this category include: A. Buildings and associated utilities, B. Equipment including hardware and software, C. Transportation resources, D. Information and communication technology. So this is described by the clause 7.1.3. Now in the upcoming slides, I am going to describe the clause number 7.1.3 in detail. Now first talk about the infrastructure. Infrastructure may include the facility, manufacturing facility or the service delivery facility, then the facility or the building, then production equipment, IT equipment and software equipment, then a laboratory, packaging, dyes, molds, tooling, jigs, fixtures, storage, transportation, communication, office materials, labor, utilities and supplies. So apart from the building of for a manufacturing facility or a service facility, there are number of other resources required, such as the production equipment should be there, IT and software equipment are there, and what type of the product you want to manufacture. On the basis of that, there should be dies, molds, tooling, and for testing there should be a laboratory there. And then to deliver the finished product to the customer, there should be a transportation system. And for order processing or taking order from the customer, there should be a communication system. Office should be there, material should be there, raw material should be there, labor should be there to manufacture the product. Now, what are the key factors for infrastructure plan? When you plan the infrastructure, you must have understand what are your future needs. Then what is your current availability, what you have in current time, in current condition, what you have, and what is your capacity. Then what are the chances or the growth factor. Then contingency plan. If there is a failure of the business, chances of failure of business, you have to plan accordingly. Then linkage to current and future product programs. You need to link between the current condition and the future condition. On that basis, you have to plan your infrastructure. For planning, you may consider some previous clauses which I have discussed in my previous videos, such as the business planning, which described in clause 5.1.1, quality management planning in this described by the clause 6.2.2, planning for quality management system processes is described by clause number 4.4, and also during planning for any change in quality management system, planning for changes in quality management system, this is described by the clause number 6.3. And there are number of processes in a manufacturing or service delivery industry, and according to the process there must be a process owner, and the process owner has to determine what kind of infrastructure resources required for the process, and according to that he has to deploy the infrastructure and maintain the infrastructure for smooth operation of the process and to sustain the smooth operation of the process. Then maintenance program. The maintenance program include controls for schedule and timing, availability and training of personnel so that they can optimizingly use the resources, types and scope of maintenance, maintenance and competency training records, tracking to maintenance objectives, use, storage and control of spare parts, control of any maintenance outsourcing. If any maintenance resource outsourced from a outside party, that must be maintained properly. So there should be a maintenance record, maintenance the training of the personnel so that the people can use the resources in a better way, and what are the scope of maintenance. So under the maintenance program all these activities are included. Now come to the buildings and associated utilities. Building infrastructure can be planned according to customer, employee and regulatory requirement for manufacturing and service delivery unit. Such as for a food processing industry, there should be a storage facility of raw material, otherwise the raw material can be ruined or waste. Water treatment services should be there in a proper condition. Cleanliness is a must requirement. Dust free environment should be there. Hygienic conditions should be there in the plant facility. Disposal of waste material and water. This condition should be satisfied in a plant. Sewage facility, proper sewage should be there. Waste water can go to the sewer in a proper way. Layout planning for processing the raw material and storage of finished product. So this is an example for a building infrastructure. Now there should be a contingency plan. Contingency plan in case of fire, so that the material and the building can be saved from unwanted fire broke out. Then rain in case of heavy rain, in case of flood. And auditor may ask for the contingency plan during the audit of manufacturing facility. So the clause number 7.1.3 also emphasizes on the contingency plan. Then utilities include what the utilities within the building. These are the some of the utilities are lighting. Proper lighting should be there. Roof cover, washroom for employees, training room, smoking zone, canteen or cafeteria, medical facility, indoor game facility, refreshment, security, communication, etc. All these utilities must be there in the buildings and associated utilities. Now, equipment including hardware and software. This includes the manufacturing equipment, measurement equipment, IT equipment such as computers, laboratory equipment, safety equipment, and spare parts, etc. Then there, the top management has to assign the responsibility of handling of different equipments in the organization, and the responsibility also must be assigned for the person who is handling the IT equipments such as the hardware or software updates for the equipment whenever required, because most of the equipment or the machinery are based on the software. Therefore, the software update is required for all types of equipment in the organization. And there should be a documented information of all equipment, how many equipments are available, how many equipments are in use, how much lost, and new requirement, what is the new requirement for the equipment. Then documented information of hardware or software updates, what is the last update and what would be the next update. Now come to the transportation. Transportation required to deliver the finished goods to the customer, such as road transportation, rail transportation, water transportation, etc. according to customer needs, and on-time delivery. And transportation facility within the organization for transfer of raw material, spare parts, finished goods such as forklift. Transportation facility must be available within the organization to transfer the raw material and spare parts within the organization from one place to other place. Then transportation for pick and drop for workforce such as the buses and cars. So transportation for pick and drop facility for the workforce, if the organization provided to its workforce, then this should be maintained in a proper way. And the planning of schedule of vehicles according to the requirement. The organization has to plan the schedule of different vehicles according to the requirement, then assign the responsibility for transportation to some of the such as the security or transportation manager, the person who is look after all the transportation facility. Then there should be a documented information must be available and maintained for the transportation facility, whoever be the responsible for the looking after the transportation facility. Now come to the information and communication technology. This is the mode of communication and order processing. Order processing should be mode of communication and order processing must be in a preferred way by the customer, which preferred by the customer, such as the electronic purchase orders, acknowledgements, electronic bills, and e-way bills, which recently introduced by the government. The internal mode of communication for tracking the real-time movement of the product, such as SAP or ERP. They must be provided by the organization as a resource for information and communication technology. So this is all about the clause number 7.1.3. If you have any question or suggestion regarding this video, then please drop your feedback in comment box, and like this video and share this video among your friends and colleagues. And don't forget to subscribe Shake Hand with Life YouTube channel and then press the bell icon. So whenever there is a new video uploaded on this channel, you may get the notifications about the new video upload. Keep learning on Shake Hand with Life, and thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. See you in my next video. Thank you.